Please welcome and let's begin.
Champions.
Hello.
Hashtag you welcome in a Sarkup College and this marvelous seminar. Good morning to all of you guys. It's a glorious moment for me, for my warm wishes, and also I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude to our respected chief guest, our respected teachers, and all my dear friends. Thank you so much for coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being such a generous audience to provide me this opportunity to speak before you. I am Shraddha Singh from the final year of the Bachelor of Science, and now I would like to give a big congratulations to everyone, including myself, for being here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the world we live in is plagued with a lot of dangers like global warming, facial acne, COVID-19, and also lockdown. And despite of all these odds, we still manage our life. So let's give us a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very obvious that because of the pandemic, everyone's life becomes something difficult. And a lots of people lost their life. That's what the most ridiculous things of this year. It's like 2020 came in our life to make us realize that there is nothing more important in the world, the person we love. And also because it's the end of 2020, so guys, let's make a history today. Now, first of all, I would like to give a big thank to all respected teachers. Because of them, I have got my goal here. I am grateful for it. And also, I would like to share 2 lines for our respected teachers. Listen carefully, guys. If a student is a diamond, then teacher is a diamond setter. And how to write a sign, only a teacher knows better. In a barren land, you are like rain. You are the medicine of every pain. In my life, even if I would face dark cloud, yet I will surely make my teacher feel proud. Thank you so much. Now, without wasting more time, let's come to the point. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this auspicious occasion, I am going to give a speech on women empowerment. And I am honored to give a speech for women. And also, I have chosen this topic to raise the issue of gender inequality in front of you. I know this is a very common topic for all of us, but in my life, even I would face this type of discrimination. And also today, we have faced discrimination. That's why I think that I have to raise this issue in front of you. Now I would like to ask a questions to all of you. Could you please tell me what is our main goal of life? Everyone who is present here, let me guess. If I'm not wrong, so I think whatever we will in our future, like a teacher, a doctor, engineer, officer, whatever we will become, our main goal of life is making India as a development country. Am I right?
Yes.
But India is a developing country and its economic status is also very bad. Why? Because of the male-dominated country. As per Census 2011, India's population was 121.06 crore and female constitute 48.5%. What do you mean by this type of calculations? These calculations shows that men are mean the half power of the country, but they are working alone. They force women to do the household work. Men think that women are only made for holding the household work and take the responsibility of family. But Instead of thinking about these things, if men take some responsibility of the family, then women get some time to think about themselves, to think about their career, and to think about the country. But here, there are some people who don't want that women go beyond the man. They can't digest a woman's success. And the main problem is society mentality. I have heard a conversation a few days ago that a person was saying that when God made difference between a man and a woman, then who are we to make equality? I would like to give an answer to that person, because man, God never make a difference between human being. You made this type of difference that he is Hindu, he is Muslim, he is Sikh and he is Christian. You make this type of differences, and when you can make this type of differences, you can break the rule of God, then yes, we also can make the equality between a man and a woman. And also, who think that women are weak, God made them weak. Who think that women are naturally weak, then let me tell you one thing. Not God made them weak. You made them weak by always saying that girls are weak, girls are weak. Because if God made girls weak, then God also make Mary Kom, God also make Dangal girls, and God also make the lot of women who are more powerful than a man. Don't forget, if Parvati is a face of a woman, then yes, Kali is also a face of a woman. Actually, in our society always try to underestimate a woman. If a woman is walking alone at road, everyone stare her like she's an alien. If a woman take a hotel room at rent alone, everyone is like that, women alone, hotel room, damn sure she will be characterless. And give her a character certificate. I ask the society, who are we to give a character certificate to a woman, to a girl, to anyone? We are nothing. We live in a society, we have a sick mindset that a woman without a husband is a cursed liability. A woman without a husband, without a man is nothing. If a girl wants to study, you say to her that what she will do after study, because she have to only join the kitchen. She have to only make the chapatis. And after that, you don't let her study. After that, you are saying that she can't live without a man. She is a weak. How can you say that? We live in a society where if a baby boy cries, we say to her, are you girl? Only girls cry. From childhood, we give a gun, car type of toys to a baby boy and a Barbie doll of toys to a baby girl. Why? From childhood, we differentiate that you are girl, you are boy. You are boy, so you have to be strong. You never have to cry. And girls are weak, they are only made for house chores. And when some parents understand their daughter's dream, they send them out. Then those boys who are taught by their parents that girls are weak, rape these women. Main problem is society mentality. Here I would like to add 2 lines. That हिस्ट्री की किताब में पढ़ा था कि मनुष्य एक जानवर था, और आज न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ के लगता है कि मनुष्य आज भी जानवर है. Thank you so much for it. India is called as Bharat Mata, right? Not Bharat Pita. So how on earth India become the 4th most dangerous place for women to reside in? How? A recent survey says that 6 out of 10 girls wish that they were boys. But I belong to rest of the 4th because I don't live a life of a person who is given freedom. Rather, I would like to live a life of a person who deserves freedom. Here I would like to add one thing. I want to clear that I'm not talking about each and every man, because I know here are a lot of men who always respect women, and I salute you guys. I'm just talking about the men who exploit women. And also I'm not talking about each and every girl. I'm just talking about the girl who is subjected to domestic violence and marital rapes, who are forced into prostitution, who are subjected to dowry and marital rapes. I'm just talking about those girls only. And now if you think that in ancient time girls are respected, women are respected, so you are completely wrong. Because in ancient time, man considered women nothing more than a thing. And let's take an example of Razia Sultan. People didn't accept her as a ruler, but she deserved. If you have ever read history, you come to know that, yeah, Razia is a great ruler among all her brothers. Yet she was murdered. If a king's daughter can be treated so brutally, so think about a common woman of ancient time. Now I would like to just want to say that women have to be treated the way she deserves. And it will only happen when we go to the core of the society where women are actually ill-treated. People are just shouting on news channel and public places for equality. But in practical life, even modern women and girls have to face discrimination every day. In school, college, job, interview, everywhere. So why not make a great environment for women? If you are going to make your resolution for 2021, then add one more thing. That made a better place for women, where every man respects a woman. And also, I would like to one thing that not only men, women have to be respect a women also. Because until we respect ourselves, no one respect to us. So please respect our women first, and men have to also respect a women. And let's make this society a better place for them, where they got their value, their respect. Here I would like to give a message to all of you girls that never misuse the freedom given by your parents. And also I would like to give a message to all of you guys that growing beard is not the sign of a man. And respecting women, even in angry mood, is the real sign of a man. So got it. With this, I would like to sum up my ideas and thought regarding women empowerment. Thank you so much.
Wow, outstanding.